Tuesday the 14th, we're at BYOB Croydon and got a PPHC, you got Swaggy.
You got both the Jones.
Yeah, you got me, obviously.
And Meta.
And then shahaaafi, it was here, pick up the tuckies. And we're just having drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are about to watch Rohan and Friends. Today, BYOB's very own Jade Granell.
I should have packed it.
It's an original poem, I promise. My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Apologies for quoting shady, but that's how I feel when I recite poetry. And my joints might be heavy from carrying a belly. Weights, as you can see, I carry plenty. Public speaking gives me anxiety, and that's why I feel so much envy when I see someone express so eloquently. Because I know I've got better bars than Lil Uzi Vert, but I struggle to externalize my inner introvert. And my politics may be liberal, but my soul is conservative. You see, I collect my thoughts and prefer to keep them in. And even in work presentations, I can't stop stuttering, so I have to raise my voice. I'm no longer just muttering, so I can be heard more than just a smattering. My God, it's so effing frustrating. You see, once I want to think I'm alright, but I talk to a whole crowd and I feel fight or flight. Because when your thoughts are encaged, it's easy to become engaged. You talk and people become disengaged. So one day it starts to get on a stage and say something people can actually relate. And right now, I feel elated. Right now I feel emancipated because I can talk to a whole crowd and I'm going to feel deflated. So to you in the crowd, yeah, I'm talking to you. That was me listening to poetry for the last 3 years that sometimes left me in tears, sometimes made me laugh, but always left me in despair. If I had something to say, will people even want to hear? You see, I still hate public speaking, but for you, tonight, at Box Park for the last time this year, I'm confronting my biggest fear. Thank you. And keep it going for the one, the only, Jade Granell!
Welcome. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jade Granell. Lovely to meet you guys. It's good to see so many new faces and familiar faces. And like Abdullah said, this is going to be a night like no other. So we are going to kick things off with, and let me just show you a little bit of poetry etiquette, okay? So if you guys are feeling something, we want you to click your fingers, okay? We want you to snap. If you feel like, if you hear a bar that you're feeling and you just want to run that back, we say, say it again! Say it again! Say it again! Say it again! Yeah, and anything else you want to shout out to support everyone else who's coming on. I think we should get going, and I'm going to introduce the first person for tonight. And this woman, I only met last year, but we have a bond like no other because we were actually on the same ward in Springfield Tooting Mental Institute last year. So I want you to give a big round of applause for shahaaafi!
Thank you, everyone. I'm so gassed to be on the stage with my amazing friend. Like, if it wasn't for Jade, I wouldn't be here. Like, that's facts. She's helped me so much more than anyone else ever had. So she's amazing. Big up, Jade. Can we get a big round of applause for Jade again? And then this poem actually was inspired by the amazing Rohan himself, because his wordplay inspired me so much. I sat down and I started writing something different. I was like, yo, this is sick. So if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't have this amazing piece of poetry right here. So this is called Concrete Jungle. Take part in this daily pantomime as I wear these pants of mine. Strategically place on my makeup as I wake up to make up for the vast endeavors that cause the shake up. Lit elbows grease, eternity flew by as I sit idly by, eyes wide open. Pondering what more there is to this braided grey up. The cheese we chase, not with ease. The early bird gets the worm. The first bite is a trap. The leftovers is what we feed. Bone marrow, suck my breath on tunnel vision, narrow. First one gets a round of applause. Fight for the barrel, catch up quick, times are losing. Characters narrated to form the narrative. uniting worn minds, death waiting idly by, cruising, wooing, save me from this prisoned mind. Unwind, bind, veins seeping, blood rushing, hearts beating, time weeping, slide, rewind, adrenaline I'm seeking, head rush to get ahead, rush now, don't keep me waiting. Money in my mind, other doors be bait, and I don't see why all this fuss and nothing left to discuss. And I'm looking to be the alchemist through this mist, founded from learned and unlearned narratives. Fogged out, each step closer feels like a miss. History be lurking through each empty street, masters and slaves, whipped on insecurities, fear of the unknown. Disown what you know, spent years wrapped up in a lab to be told what you know or no, just know. Ego hurt what you knew you're now deep in. That's it, it's deep, and you can't sit around creeping, blaming another, because it's all you. And then you clock, this is just one false rat race, and I'ma keep to my lane and take tricks from my brain, mind expand, unwind, while I look back at my role through this daily pantomime. Thank you. And then I'm going to do another poem. This is something that I've just written recently, and it's a complete different play of wordplay. So let me see how it works. So, I'm tall, Shafi Shakir. Yeah, my name, yeah, it's me, ASS. Big friendly giant, the big great Kali, BFG. Laugh out loud, let's make war feel whole, LOL. Kissing my teeth, I'm judging you from my insecurities, KMT. Roll on the floor laughing whilst we watch these savages hacking at one another, ROFL. In real life, we make lies deceit and fake bodies win, because we don't want to see the beauty deep within, IRL. Greatest of all time, let's celebrate one another, whilst we try to deceive one another for another dollar bill, sterling, whatever man-made origami suits the land owned, but yeah, GOAT, GOAT. Cash rules everything around me, Wu-Tang inspiring youth, yet still so many didn't get the message, they completely misunderstood CREAM. Pay for everything we provide, yet our services can't be counted out. Pay us too for dealing with you, VAT. Heat compressing the beauty of your natural flair, GHD. Shocked to believe we still believe in God when we're telepathically connected. Makes sense, no, OMG. Don't come here with your vicious energies. You want to try and make things better than they were, BMT. Cover your mouth, stop breathing, spread less vicious germs, for we are the problems, PPE. Legends looking, spreading love, the powerful couple, PPHC. You know me as this, but here is who I want you to see me as, aka shahaaafi. Alright, give it up for the metaphorest!
Jeez. Alright. Yo. Yo. Just wait for the thing so you can check. Yo. Oh Lord, I'm living in hell. Many gifted people in the world living as well. Dreams are like girls. Are they even real? Here 1 minute, gone the next. I can never tell. Here's some digits onto the rest. Many artists are known to do covers, and before they were fans too. Words spoken by the mouths of others. If my words are I'll have to live for another, then I'm in my mind, so it's time for them to come up. My rhymes and lines confined on a page as a paragraph. Saw some pure rage. I love to do shows and tour dates. I've never been dumb, though I act like it. Never had poor grades, never had money, but I stack like it. Prepare for the worst, so I pack like it. I spark flames, no match to strike it. I'm PC, yeah, I Mac like it. From time, never been right, left-handed. I take it as a sign that I'm unconventional. I see things on pedestals, but they're meant to be shaken, knocked down. Time's perpetual. I'm born to clock out, but not now. And these girls seem to think they're hot now. I'm Mr. West, but don't call me a dropout. Tattoo my name on your left breast, I got your love. Locked down, rebuild and destroy. Rebuild to make toys, I take Helen from Troy. Take her from Paris to Rome, put her on the throne and tell her that she's home. I'll do that next time. I don't know how you do it, Jay. Me and Mr. Jones. Yeah. I wish the instrument was working because it would have been sick.
No, it's still going to be sick.
Censored. Yeah, there's no swearing in it.
Oh.
They're just innuendo. Listen. Jones in for Miss Jones.
Start again.
Say it again!
Jones in for Miss Jones. And at home when her and I are close, when our chemistry is potent, we hone in our emotions, ones we awoke in without clothes and up close, our lips close in, our breathing focus, turning kisses into tokens of our affection. We in turn become roses, our clothes are petals on bed posts, and we lay in a bed of roses, arranged in comic poses, legs entwined, roping, pressing, stroking, nails dug in, pillows soaking, water beds within an ocean, me and Miss Jones. Okay, here's another one. It is, everyone knows this one. Baby plays with toys in her playpen. I'll play on mine, but she can't tell me where her brain went. Hearts and minds taken. I want to be painting. I mean, we are posting your walls, interior decorating. Count down. I'll take a knee and a vow. Find letters, the pen letters, because I want to find words to write a vow. See where we go now. Curtsy, bow. You, goddess, you. Have you had anyone kiss your wrist instead of your lips?
Say again.
Alright. Have you had anyone kiss your wrist instead of your lips? Here's where your majesty lives. These veins carry more than just hemoglobin and oxygen. They take away stress. They have opened and you have bled more than enough. You, goddess, you are enough. You, goddess, you. Have you had anyone hold your hips or held your gaze? Here's where our energy lives and where our names are prayed. He's had me holding on to you while we get carried away, coordinating our sacred mergers that further our fur. You, goddess, you are nurture. You, goddess, you. Have you had anyone knelt before your lap? Here's where my attention sits. Before anything I serve. Here, I taste your essence.
Whoa!
One more time.
Here, I taste your essence and have your appetite wet.
I see you, Meta.
Oh shit. Wow, you put me off track there though. Wetted. Oh fuck, right.
Go on, you go.
I usually know this off by heart as well. Right, here we go. I'll go back for me. Have you had anyone knelt before your lap? Here's where my attention sits. Before anything I serve. Here I taste your essence and have my appetite wet. Now then my prayer I speak tongues in your presence. You, goddess, you are sublime. You embody miracles. I become time. From forever putting my hands all over you. You embody sorry, you materialize wealth in change. Change you bring is never sure. It is never shadows under a door. Your goddess is chronic. Your hands are kept honest with goddess work. You find words before you find nerves. You kill with kindness and then you worth. I had confess your logic, but I wouldn't have earthly words to profit from it. You, goddess, you are you. You, goddess, you.
Yeah, where's livsfowler?
So here it is, Friday night. Gary's looking for a sesh. So he's in the pub and waiting for it to become a fucking delight. Now Pete's walked through, he's all right back the white, he's the shining light. Excited for tomorrow to be a rewrite from feeling like utter shite. Because it's never just 1, 2 or 3, meaning we stay till 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Now we're morning. But let's rewind it back to 1 where the pre-drinks at work were getting fun. Liquid lunching, munching, crisps and peanuts on his stomach dip 7 pints of Carlin. Dave is fucking flying. Look at him. Ha ha, you joker. Right, where's next? Who's closer? Steve volunteers as tribute. Smashed on the way back, grabbed some tints and called a cab. Oi, boss man, you got the orcs. There's always one who's got to sort out the tunes. How long's it going to take? Before we know it, there he breaks. Up the stairs, in at the left, pre-drinking substance beginning, grab the keys, we've only teasing. It's 5 now, so let's just stay here, then go pub in a bit. Then the time flies when the fun is in full swing. Now let's herd everyone like a pack of sheep. Now grab the bolt into the Swan's Inn, and this is where we catch up with Pete and Gary, who we know we're on it, so let the party begin. Just a couple more scores. My bunk is gonna be sore, but that's tomorrow's worries, not now's worries. What's the time? 9, 10? Well, who's on what next? We can't go revs, we ain't got the right trainers. No bubbles, they say, that's why it's always filled with dickheads with chinos. So let's just set off and go mojitos. Oh, what? It's fucking shit there. That's why it's good. Who's got the food? Dave does, now Pete has too. Well, we're gonna need more, so get that in before. Just rolled into the AM and the club is packed. Floor is covered in talent and perks. Dave can't dance, Steve is chewing, Pete is ordering, Gaz is necking pints, sadly. Women aren't his forte. To be fair, they ain't for anyone in this game. Pete's got the Agers, let's go toilet, then have a fag. Smoking area being the main room for the stags. Club's closing, but we're still chasing the night's high. Fine, we can go back to mine. Now, as Dave said this, he knew he instantly regretted it. But he can't go back now, so bring on the 4 AM sins. Cap number 3 has a surge charge. Didn't help when Gaz was trying to give it large. Fuck it, open the door, give me the medicine. I need the cure. Hey, look who's found a spare baggie. Top up to need for sure. Fuck, that's K. Oh no, I'm trying to wait, stay away from that shit. Fuck, sorry mate, I didn't know. Now we're all bugging out, wonky and insecure. As time slows, I don't know what's in store. Don't think I'm ready for reality just yet. So let's just call in for more. But no one's answering. Fuck, what's the time? 8 AM. Let's call it there. The light's shining bright and the crust in the nose is feeling kind of dodgy, but let's see how we're feeling for next Friday night, shall we? Yeah.
Say it again.
Actually, yeah, okay. I recently performed this one. I actually again performed this one at BYOB Wembley last week.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just an all-round bringing back of what I've been performing here. Fortunate enough to be performing here. So this next poem is about the beauties and the trials and tribulations of online dating. Oh, you gotta love it, yeah. You got to have it. You know?
Sweat.
Exactly, yeah. So, well, this is it, yeah. So this is called Swipe. Yeah, I should know this off by heart, hopefully. If I end up blanking, then just bear with me, please.
You got this.
I don't know if I can be asked again, really. Or is that my heart protecting me from something silly? You see, I don't think I'm the kind of person that suits meeting people online. Conversation starters, I don't even know where to start. Here I swipe, have a look and see what fish are floating around, dead in the sea. That's harsh, I know. Because I'm a veggie, I don't eat anything that smells unclean and looks like it's got a layer of dairy. But before I start that though, I need to create my thirst trap profile. Something to make sure I don't look like I'm from the land of Jeremy Kyle. Find some pics from 2018. Defo ain't catfishing this vanity scene. Get a feel on that, stick my ass out so I don't look flat. What can I say is the key to my heart? I probably can't say a gallbladder with bile, so I'll just write park dates and smiles. So let's give it a swipe, see what's on here. I can already feel my sanity going spare. With each passing bloke writing the same nonsense, my vagina is already dried up and on the defence. Endless pics of men with their pets thinking dogs and puppies will get me wet. A gateway to my pussy when this cat craves originality. Is this a dating app or a Batsy Dogs ad?
Say it again.
Is this a dating app or a Batsy fucking Dogs ad? Wait for the opening line. Oi, what are you saying, B? Reckon that could be your shining light? Fuck me, give that a swipe and on to the next. 2 texts deep and the dick's pic ain't even erect. Just some sad, flaccid, lonely vessel like my dating life slowly going down the shitter. I love how hey, how are you? Can you cut straight to it? Let me finger you bum, I'll make you come in too.
Say it Say that
I love how hey, how are you? Can cut straight to a let me finger your bum, I will make you come into. If only that were true. Stanley reality feature with a 3 thrush gin making me want to throw myself in the fucking bin. Let's get to that dopamine scroll. I can wait a minute. Who have we got now? 26-year-old Tom from Whitstable, whose biggest date foul was bumping into a girl he let shit on his chest. And that's okay, because he's looking for his soulmate, as his soon-to-be ex isn't the best. All he wants is someone who won't lie or cheat, because his insecurities make him want to be the only one that eats and beats. So now I'm swiped. Worked out eyes on the iPhone light in bed at night, pseudo-cream on face, looking like a spice. A solid serving of Nando's mango and lime, because extra hot is overrated. All it is an overwhelming sensation of heat that's uncomfortable and tasteless. What a treat. Also known as daddy issues on a plate, which takes me to Ryan, who's 25, opening with 2 truths, 1 lie. I'm a great shag, can't ride a bike, or I met Ronaldo in a pub in Brighton. Good thing none of us can cycle, because I'm heading straight back to London. So now I swipe, do I like, do you like what I see? Because it ain't just about you or me, it's about connection, and if this can be more than sexual, but the longer I'm on it makes me want to change my orientation. Now I've stumbled upon Jack, who's 27 from Devon, clearly with a mental age of 11, as he thinks he's entitled like a predator on the hunt, but that's because he works in civil service and is openly a Tory cunt.
Say that one again. One more time.
Now I've stumbled upon Jack, who's 27, clearly with a mental age of 11, from Devon. He thinks he's entitled because he... you've lost me now. Where am I? Right, okay. Right, I've stumbled upon Jack, who's 27 from Devon, clearly with a mental age of 11, as he thinks he's entitled like a predator on the hunt. But that's because he works in civil service and is openly a Tory. So now I swipe, seeing this dating app going down the waste pipe. It's all just so boring and a bit of a drag. Even RuPaul would see this line up and want to suffocate in a carry bag. But let's not be too close-minded. Got to keep putting myself out there. Play this love game fair. So the last blind date contestant is Dan from New Milton, who says the one thing I should know about him is that he still lives with his mum and is looking for a threesome. Making my next move very clear with a solid swipe. Not understanding all this hype. Just realising there ain't anything out there for me. Closes app, deletes, because it's time to go to sleep and have a wank about that guy from Schitt's Creek. It's the Poetry Powerhouse Couple!
So what we decided to do for today is we're going to give you a little bit of old and a little bit of new. The old being our very first piece we ever wrote together. It is called His Yin to Her Yang. We hope you enjoy it.
Most of you guys know this one.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Things were nice at first. It's like the cracker that can. Though little did I know I was the can and you sucked out my soul. Thought you were bubbly, but I quickly realized you were just fizz and made my head cold as ice. You were too diluted, and I had too much flavor, so I don't like my Fanta with
Ice. Cold were you. That I found out before I could run. You were quick to criticize, you were quick to create accusations. You were even smart enough to hack my accounts.
I wish I had an accountant for. I gave you the world and you burnt everything you saw. I was young and you weren't experienced enough to leave me torn. I felt hunted down like a fawn. How could I have been in love when all I remember of you is an empty shadow
in the dark, due to the light that surrounds you. Fooled me into thinking that you were my knight in shining armor, to later find out your love, way of caring and fascination with me was in fact as tough as the protection you wear. And that the light was not emitting from you, it was bouncing off the metal that concealed you.
You were already playing your games within my mind, running circles in the fragile imagination I already had, not knowing you had other plans. I thought I had known what love was with you. Thought we were the 1 + 1 = 2. But you had already started stealing parts of my heart, was breaking me not enough
time patience, and understanding would never help me understand you. You never were fascinated with me, you were obsessed. Most obsessed over fame, addiction, and freedom. I thought you were my freedom. I thought you were the fix which would mold me back together the way I mold my pots of clay. But instead you created cracks in my clay. And I tried to run, but you manipulated me faster than I could contemplate my escape.
Never seemed a possibility. It's funny how we imagine that key on the board but can never seem to hit it. But I was never raised to quit it, but you wouldn't quit. It felt painful. How could I mend you when I was already broken into two? My back can no longer fold like a contortionist. I'm trying to pick you off my shoulder like
Lint suffocated my chest. The touch and smell of your clothing in every crevice of my home and me sent me into a whirlpool of emotion, stress, heartbreak, and anxiety. You caused me pain. You caused me confusion. You aided my brain to conclude that I was the problem. You aided my brain to be controlled, mutilated, and crushed, the same as my heart.
But that's not you. You understood that underneath this Ferrari shell was a fragile heart. Knew that my past was darker than my melanin. It was tattooed on my skin with invisible ink. You understood that underneath this Ferrari shell was a fragile heart. Knew that my past was darker than my melanin. It was tattooed on my skin with invisible ink. You saw it deeper into my soul than any I've ever seen before. I see a diamond in your eyes buried by coal. I can only hope that I can now and forever make and keep you feeling whole.
Like a full rounded circle. I feel like maybe the circle of life for us may now be completed. You are the king of my pride rock, and our pride rock is only just beginning. Maybe one day we'll have our Simba. Maybe one day.
2022. 2022.
Maybe one day we'll have our Simba. Maybe one day Rafiki will be there too. Oh. Oh, brother.
Rafiki.
Oh, how you fill me with possibilities I never saw with him and never thought I would clasp.
Clasped shut, I can now close that painful part in my heart. I feel that I've been given a fresh new start with you. I feel that with our successes together we're
almost there.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
And believe me, baby girl, when we succeed,
people gon' come here from everywhere
to see us bloom. You are the beautiful flower that I am lucky to have found in my bouquet.
Bouquet in my kitchen, chocolates in my fridge, paper spread on my bedspread filled with that heart on your sleeve. Baby, you got a friend in me. Ha. You got a friend in me. He made me feel like I couldn't have friends, but he wasn't my friend either. But with you, my friendships have blossomed like flower petals, and I've even created new friends. Yeah. Oh, how normal it is to be indulged by you.
Give me stability which I lacked in my limb. Though now I can stand straight, for I have you stood by me. I feel free, no longer in need of an escape, for my fathers in heaven have blessed me with a haven. She is now you. You are the blue in my hazel. We were made for each other. That I can now see.
See the way you stand tall like a lamppost shining bright in the night sky. You keep me sane through the panic attacks and flashbacks. You guide me through the trauma like a torch in the darkness. My heart implodes with the very thought of losing you, the way a submarine is crushed from the hydrostatic pressure of outside waters. Is this what true love is?
Is there such thing as being too deep in love? No! If so, I don't want it any other way. The love I had before was empty, hollow, and shallow. What you give me makes my crescent moon complete. I feel like the man on the moon. I'm able to now recognize the man in the mirror. My tie is on straighter, and you are the crest that I wear on my suit with pride.
Pride was always a bad concept for me. But this pride we both feel has never felt so good. To be so intellectually connected, to be so intertwined like grapevines was such a surreal concept for me. I never knew love could be so compatible. Never did I think people like us could be so compatible. You were standing right in front of me, yet I never knew I would be the knotted tie to your purple.
Say it again.
Purple never felt brighter. I never knew the color purple would be my lifeline. Before that day, I never saw you in my timeline. Before this day, I didn't think I would have someone in my timeline for a very long time. I felt incomplete, like a broken puzzle piece that did not fit. That will change when I found you.
Inshallah.
I want to know what love is.
Okay, so we've got one more piece. That piece we just did was the first one we ever wrote together. We have recently written a new piece.
New shit.
Some people would have heard this if they were at an event in Birmingham. Most of you guys here have not. Are you okay? I sing in this again, but a lot more. Please bear with me, there's work to do. But let's see how it goes.
Let's go. You got it.
So it's called Disney's Remix.
Disney's remix.
Also, at the last paragraph, there might be a song that you guys know. If you do know it,
Please join
you
in.
sing along.
That'd be weird.
There you see her, sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss a girl.
There I see her, sitting there across the way. I don't have a lot to say, but there's something about her. And I don't know why, but I'm dying to try. I want to kiss that girl.
Feeling like the little mermaid stuck in Ursula's lair, yet I was seen as the mermaids from Peter Pan. You know, the ones with enchanting beauty but were seen as vain and irritating? Yeah, apparently that was me. They had endless love for Peter Pan and could not stand Wendy getting any closer. Jealousy overrode them. Unfortunately, I'm the same way with Mr. Purple Tie. Sometimes.
She was filled with enchanting beauty, but her eyes could never see her true worth. And my darling, Wendy could not compare to you. And I could fly all over Neverland, but never land on another like you. Let me rescue you from the prisons you're held in. For I'm filled with a lot of faith, trust, and pixie dust. I'll get you out of there. Even with Sebastian beside me, fear eats up inside me when he says to kiss your lips. But it's okay, for I too am growing my sea legs. We'll take it step by step. You teach me your world and I'll teach you the rest.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Prince, oh, show me where your magic carpet lies.
Under the sea, under the sea. Darling is better, down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Under the sea is where we shall stay, build our kingdom from the bottom of the ocean up onto dry land. One day Melody will join us. Sure, let's have Sebastian there too. Let's rise up with our trident. Our trio will be complete soon. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, here I will be, part of your world.
Vocals.
Say it again. I've always stared at the edge of the water, longer than I can remember, and never knew the reason why. But you've given me meaning, and now I realize I was drawn to the sea to steal you from the waters into my life.
Jeez.
So let me hear your voice sing again clear, for it's your siren that I direct my sail to. Once we're together, this can be the start of something new.
Please join in. It's the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh, and
no vowels. Make some noise for RVJ!
I've got two pieces prepared tonight. One of them is very special, but we'll leave that until we get to the end. Yo, Meta and PPHC. I'm feeling a bit left out, because I like writing about love. And I've been experimenting with different topics.
I'm single though.
Next year.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm going to jump back on that wagon still, because trust me, you got the place. Well, I know I appreciate all of that and some more. But yeah, so I've got two pieces. The first one is called I Am.
I love that.
Yes.
It's fairly new. I think I performed in Birmingham the other day.
Yeah.
So let's just go straight into it. Everything that you think I am,
I am.
I am.
Sorry.
I am a yardie, but I'm also much more than that. I'm an intelligent man with the ability to have meaningful conversations if you decide you want to have one. So when you see me and don't know me but you fear me, I can tell those are your own insecurities manifesting themselves through your negative opinions of me.
Tell them again.
Really?
True.
Everything that you think I am, I am. I'm a drug dealer, yes I am. Chefing in the kitchen, all type of treats. People love what I do. I'm good at what I do. I cook food whenever, wherever. I dish up a variety of meals with a selection of treats. I love cooking and the kitchen loves me. We're always together. We come as a 3-course meal. Everything that you think I am, I am. I am a gunman, yes I am. I served 6.5 years in the British Army. I serve not my country, but this country. I'm not asking you to hate me or rate me. I'm just saying, if you don't know me, then you just don't know me. Everything that you think I am, I am. I'm a cheater, yes I am. I've cheated them multiple times. I just don't speak about it like someone. Now some may say, it wasn't your time, so you can stop talking about that one. Alright, well, when you've experienced what I've experienced in those situations, we'll have a conversation. Everything that you think I am, I am. I am a thief. Stealing opportunities to provide for my family because my appearance, my accent, my nationality doesn't fit in with your progressive society. Yet to this day, I still find ways to make it happen, and it didn't involve being locked up in one of your many facilities. Imagine, you live in a world where you and your friends still profit off exploiting bodies. Everything that you think I am, I am. I'm a hooligan, yes I am. I keep thinking about football and its history. I keep thinking about Football Factory, the movie. I'm trying to figure out how you can look in your mirror and then look at me and then say that I'm the hooligan in your reality. Everything that you think I am, I am. I am a slave to the idea of letting my people understand that our ingenuity is our greatest weapon. We have all the necessary tools needed to equip this and future generations to break this broken system and rebuild it into a more effective one. I may not live to see this, but I've seen this generation and they're phenomenal. They have all the skills needed, both physically and intellectually, to make it happen. Everything that you think I am, I am. I'm emotional, yet emotionally disconnected. Because as a youth, I was told being emotionally connected can leave me on the business end of a deadly weapon. Right or wrong, here I still stand. But many didn't make it, so for them we live on. I can't speak extensively about the emotional side, but I'm beginning to understand because that journey has just begun. Everything that you think I am, I am.
Yes.
I'm a yardie, a drug dealer, a gunman, a violent one. I'm a cheater, a liar. Liar wasn't in there. I'm a cheater, a thief, stubborn. I've missed stubborn, but it's alright. I'm stubborn. I am a slave. I'm emotional, yet emotionally disconnected. Yes, I am. I am all of the above, from the very first to the very last one. I'm sure I could come up with more of what you think I am, but this poem is already too long. Everything that you think I am, I am. But I am also a man with the ability to always be so much more than what you think I am. The idea behind this track was, sometimes people say, oh, you've changed and you switch up on me, and when they say it with resentment because they feel a bit left out or done in a bad way. I always look at things from the other side or with a different perspective. People change sometimes just to better themselves. But we oftentimes look at it in a negative way and we feel offended for their change that has helped them to progress. So this was birthed from the idea. The chair, Mr. DJ, when you're ready. The chair. A very useful piece of furniture in any situation. The necessity of a chair. Giving you comforts in some situations and supporting you with the burdens you bear. The chair. Now, if I was to take this chair and sit facing you, there's nothing to it that's expected. It's a polite thing to do. Showing that the respect is there and that it's mutual too. From my current position, you can see me and I can see you. The normality between such an interaction is leaving no one undervalued. The chair. So if I was to take this chair and turn it to the left away from the norm, some would say that I'm being unfair. We know of a situation where the people at the front are now being sidetracked, while the people at the back are no longer being given the side steer. Not much has changed, apart from the way I was sitting and the way I'm now sat in this chair. Some will expect an apology for that. Some will say that I shouldn't have done that. Some will accept it for what it is and carry on with life, and that's an actual fact. The chair. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I may be so bold and give the entire audience my back. I can't help it, please forgive me, this is a part of my act. In order to get to the end of what I'm here to do, this part is vital to that. But wait, the entire audience has been given my back. There's some that has only been downgraded to occupy the feeling of being sidetracked. And those that started with my seemingly undivided attention are now trying to find their way back to that. And it would seem the people to my left have been getting nothing but crap. The chair. Now, I'm the chair yet again, keeping it going in the same direction. Not flustered by you, the audience, or your personal expectations. I come across a new landscape with new beginnings, getting a view for the very first time of many fascinating interventions. The part that took me here, it wasn't an easy one. At times I was faced with nothing but lonely frustration. But that was necessary to get to where I was needed, to where I now am. Not knowing how I'd be received, or if my current trajectory was leading to definite destruction. But I stuck with it, all the time taking in your reactions. You see, I'm still only human. So if I tell you that I'm not susceptible to the actions of others, then I'll be a lying one. But the chair is where we started, and that's where we'll sit with this one. The chair, everyone. From the start of this journey, my voice has been the main focus that has kept you locked in. And there are other things going on to which your peripherals were tapped in. And even though sentence after sentence you've been following, some still won't be able to get over the fact that my back they were given. My message is, don't be so offended or surprised. My message is, don't be so offended or surprised when family, friends, or anyone change up on you. By now, you should know that's a necessary thing. And even though accepting it might be challenging, if they are to grow and not just age, then this, my friend, is an inevitable part of living. It might just be their journey, going through different experiences, it might just be their journey, going through different experiences, positioning themselves to get a better view, to figure out their purpose, simply trying to figure out what they're here to do. I have learned that it's only by taking that lonely journey within that you find the joy that you were naively chasing in other things. This type of situation affects everyone. It's a two-way thing. Similar to a conversation with which if we more regularly engage in, then more times than not, clear up the simplest of misunderstandings. Throughout my 360 journey, I saw a number of things that you wouldn't have seen unless you were sitting in the seat that I was occupying. Conversations, when they're had together, can be an effective means to learning. Stepping out on an individual basis can lead to informative beginnings. The things I saw that you were blind to, we can now partake in. Stepping out on an individual basis, once again, can lead to informative beginnings. We are here to learn, we are here to love, we are here to live, among other things. Let us come together and do just that. Thanks for listening.
Sorry that happened. I couldn't help but fall for that beautiful girl in the last row with the yellow top.
Say it again.
I couldn't help but fall for that beautiful girl in the last row. Hello. Yeah. Sometimes I can't help but be a cheeky prat. Sometimes I can't help but be a cheeky prat who neatly acts like a neaty Mac. Daddy. But I wasn't always this way. Nah, things started to change in my school days. You see, I went to college to gain knowledge, right? But whilst being there, I started to get acknowledged very well by the girls. I went from a shy, frail, pale male to a young chap that excelled in a class called game. Because everywhere you looked, most guys were the same. Roadmans who never hold hands, just go ham and add a dagger to a slow jam. Roadmans who never hold hands, just go ham and add a dagger to a slow jam. Then those man be like, yo fam, check the piff chick with a fit tip. She's a litness and can get this dick. Oh damn, someone's been eating mo yams. Let me back off because that back off is so wow. No thanks, I'm not that type of guy. They say real G's move silent, so I crept on the sly, or at least I tried. Hi.
Oh, no. Jeez. This part
Pardon my French, but je m'appelle Jody. I know you don't really know me, but I'm a 6'1" -3 spoken word poet artiste. To be or not to be your future man. If you're kind to go on a date with me, pretty please.
Maybe.
Is Jodie joking?
I think it's the first time that woman's actually saying maybe.
No, I think.
Are you okay, girl? Are you happy with this? Yeah? Alright.
Just make sure it's real. Can you believe that actually worked? No! Normally I'd shoot my shot but get shot down in a manner so profound because where I'm from, some girls are good from far but far from good. Some girls are good from far but far from good. Hood attitudes, never atting you, just acting cruel as if it's cool. Oh, how my soul would sing the blues, but one day Cupid answer my calls, my FB sing that DM ding from a Brazilian willing to go on a date with me. Jeez, best believe we proceeded to talk. Gave up more information than 6ix9ine in court. Elation awakened, chemistry took shape, and I plucked up the courage to ask. So, you wanna go on a date then? Yeah, sure. What you wanna do? How about a movie or food? Cool. A couple days pass, the date night starts. I'm eagerly early, she's fashioned late. The second we meet, sparks. Over dinner, we done nothing but laugh. Her petite, unique physique resembled a portrait painted by Da Vinci. Because she was pure work of art. As the night came to an end, she leant over the table and made a suggestion. How about that movie then? Ka-ching, I'm in, hashtag winning. As we stroll up the road and hold each other's gaze. With me, chivalry is not dead, so for the tickets, I offered to pay, but she pulled me away and said, no, 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 no. I've got this one, babes. Babes. She called me babes. She called man's babes. As we sit back and chit-chat, our fingertips click. There was an awkward silence, but like the life of Fred Hampton, I chose to be defiant and went in for the kiss. No McDonald's, but ba-la-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Alas, this is the moment where the poem takes a dip. For 2 weeks and a bit, we kept the relationship on the DL, didn't want it to get derailed, but things came crashing down like the Billboard Awards featuring Miguel. Because some overbearing, wearing cologne named testosterone, wannabe Sylvester Stallone, clone teeth Miguel? Nah man, what the hell, who's this dude coming into our lives? How'd he slip through? Me and him got more than an issue. I don't gangbang, but right now man stands repping the Crip crew. Step up, welcome to the streets, don't trip fool. A punch from me's gonna feel like a missile. More jabs at it dip dude. He's about to bleed, best believe. Quick someone get him a tissue. I'm a beast. Pitbull. He's a bitch.
Shih Tzu. Yeah. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Some overbearing, wearing cologne named testosterone, wannabe Sylvester Stallone, cologne teeth Miguel. Nah man, what the hell? Who's this dude coming into our lives? How'd he slip through? Me and him got more than an issue. I don't gangbang, but right now man stands repping the Crip crew. Step up, welcome to the streets, don't trip fool. A punch from me's gonna feel like a missile. More jabs than it dip dude. He's about to bleed, best believe. Quick someone get him a tissue. I'm a beast. Pitbull. He's a bitch.
Shih Tzu.
Then I found out he's semi-pro in jiu-jitsu.
That's all you. That's all
Yeah, no, he was literally the dictionary definition of Mr. Steal Your Girl. But you know what? It's cool. I won't miss you. Go off. Live happily ever after, okay? We'll be reunited one day. And that's when I realised that love is just a phase. Love is emotions trapped in a maze. Love is a game that tames. Love is a chain of events that'll change your outlook in life. Love is full of plight. Love is soul-shaking, heartbreaking. They love me, not debating. But then again, at times, love is an adventure worth taking. So take it, but don't overly chase it. For love is blind and cruel, but if it's truly time, love will eventually find you. Alright, cool. I was going to just do one, but I'll do another one real quick. Hopefully I remember it. But some of you might know I'm currently writing a solo play. I'm currently in talks with a director from the Royal Shakespeare Company. We'll see what happens with that next year. But I'm going to give a little extract from that. It's a memoir about certain aspects of my life that I've yet to disclose. Rohan knows this piece. We might have something coming next year.
Yes, sir.
Alright. I'm not going to give the title because it will ruin the piece, but hopefully you enjoy it.
Amazing.
Harsh and gloom, dark tomb, cocoon, classroom. Doom loomed, wounds bloomed, my eyes consumed swoons of typhoon tears in year 6. The year is 2002. At 11 years of age, I felt afraid and bemused, dazed and confused, mentally enslaved and abused due to the school system's crippling curriculum. Teachers refused to listen, they just dismissed and became distant vixens when my dyslexic symptoms victimized me throughout Key Stage 3. All I learned was key stages of self-hatred when letters played games with mimicry. B's mirrored D's, G's resembled P's, and C's copied E's as whiteboard words would weave around when I drowned in a sea of sentences. Verbs and nouns resembled menaces. Tension hit my hand and wrist due to awkward pencil grip. My mental shift to terror whenever grammatical errors severed my confidence in two. Paragraphs would damage my heart, easily confused by my left and right. Numbers spoke volumes of plight, incapable to grasp the simplest of mathematical tasks. Eyesight blurred, bright lights hurt from 9th, the 8th and 3rd. Story time, not for me. Sat at the back of classroom, catch up work, stop and start when reading, stuck in the mud seating, despised public speaking, self-esteem fleeting, dwelling on spelling, grades of excelling, IQ beaten, black and blue. Amazing how a place that's supposed to educate made me feel like a fool, ridiculed and damned, especially when it came to the end of year exams as I stand in single file. My peers have nothing to fear, but in the air I sense the essence of something vile. Rotten has blossomed to plague, sickening, tickening of clocks echo away. Corridors morph, thoughts distort, feeling paler than a corpse trapped in an overthinking cage. Emotions push their brink as my soul begins to sink. They say boys don't cry, so I man up instead of shrink, but I feel a curse emerge as I begin to hurt. A choking sensation awakens underneath my fragile frame. Anxiety violently explores my brain, walking like I'm shackled in chains. With every step my breath is slain, ringing in the ears, severe thunderous numbness sears, hot blushes, cold chills, chest pains, trembling limbs, sweat trickling, popping of veins, heart speeding faster than a speeding train. I take a seat to sip my saps, cloudy mindset, here comes the rain. Tasting, dripping, internally maimed, English, science, math, stupid, pathetic, twat. I think I'm going to collapse. Question 1, what's the answer to that? Hey, yo, Jody, relax. Ah! Jody, leave! You're disrupting everybody! So I fled the scene in screams of silence. All I needed was some reassurance or guidance, but my teachers chose to be defiant. Locked in a noiseless toilet so no one can hear me crying. Over the horizon, I see no lights rising. Pre-teen is too young to start self-inflicting violence. But I hate the skin I live in, so I start slicing by scratching my arms, 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 until the bloody wounds resemble Roman numerals. Looking at the boy in the mirror like I want to ruin you, slewing all my mind's oozing cruel manners of pain. Guess what the first question was? Name. J-O-D. Why me? Thank you.
Clap your hands and keep it going for Jay!
Now everybody at BYOB, put your hands in the air and follow me. And now everybody at BYOB, click your fingers if you're ready for some poetry. And now everybody at BYOB, gonna get you hyped up, I need your energy. And now everybody at BYOB, make some noise for your host, Jade Grano, that's me. Now we got the mic working,
Yeah.
Step onto the mic, who's to know? Who's this chick with a bad man flow? Little Big J come to steal the show. Running South London with a crew, you know. I'm on the scene, Haroon on the decks. Poet with friends about a split. Emails is better than sex. Definitely better than dead sex with your ex. I see. Pages drop, bars for days. Can't be taught. Poet lyricist. Can't be stopped. Can't touch me now because I'm way too hot. My girls are way too hot. My boys, yeah, they're hot. My flow heavy hits the spot. Gonna show you what I got. You lot, oi. Listen now, Queen of South. Now bow down. Let's go, let's go. Alright. I am so excited to introduce the next performer. She is not only the wifey of Poet R.S., but we're going to hear some peaceful sounds by Emma.
Thank you. Alright. So, my name is Emma, and if you want to find me on Instagram, Emma_Benwell, nice in English. So, so I am the wifey to me. day, I believe, was Box Park, Wembley. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna go on a date. And he was like, oh, I've got this event. I was like, I'm coming. And he was like, all right then, cool. So it was about 6 months ago we met. And I know you guys are here because of this event, and it's like a really special thing. It's the end of the year. But there's actually another reason why today is super duper special. And I'm gonna reveal that in a second for you. So, it's a special night. I don't believe in coincidences. This event for Poet RS, I'm correcting it because it's Rohan, but it's Poet RS. Everything happens for a reason, and that's why we're here today. So, today, it's a really special day. If it wasn't for today, I would never have found him. I'm not a poet, I'm a singer. Okay, I perform with musicians and crowds, but this to me is really scary. So, today's a special day. If it wasn't for today, I never would have found him. Our paths never would have crossed because he wouldn't exist. I wouldn't know the meaning of love, to truly be loved and to love, not like this. I mean, I thought I was in love once or twice before, but I see now that it wasn't mutual and it wasn't real. It was simply convenient and lessons that needed to be learned. Work had to be done before I found him. Today is a special day because today would have been your birthday, my future mother-in-law. The mother of my safe place, my eternal, my real, my home. You may have left him too soon, but you live on through him, and he is so special just like you. He is the bravest person I know. Like, so brave. Thoughtful and kind. Thank you for giving him life, so that me and everyone who has the pleasure of absorbing his light gets the opportunity to be part of his universe.
Come on.
You would be so proud of the man he is today, the father he is to his beautiful children, your grandchildren. Words cannot describe the miracles that he is raising and the positive impact he has on their lives. His standards in life are literally nothing I've ever known before. The type of partner that he is, I've never felt so blessed, but more importantly, safe. Never before have I met a man like him. He's incredible, so thank you. I always knew, despite the lessons, that my heart skipped a beat for him. I missed him before I even knew him. I never lost hope, and I knew I would find him. When I found him, I was instantly mesmerised. Not because of his gorgeous face or his witty sense of humour. Not because of his supple chocolate skin or his perfect teeth. And not because of his dashing smile, his funky style, his beautiful eyes, or his wonderful life story, but because he mentally stimulated me immediately.
Say it again!
This poet, who is so admired within this community, I hope will be my forever, if he will have me. We dated and we texted and we laughed and we talked about life, but we weren't all giddy. There was no honeymoon period. The conversation just never ended. It rolled over into days, weeks, months, and here we are feeling like we just won the lottery. My vocabulary might be basic, I'm not a poet, and he never makes fun of my ditzy, uneducated mind, because he embraces my intelligence regardless of whether we see eye to eye. And he teaches me so much all the time. He's the place I could be my ugliest and still be beautiful. He's the place I can be angry and still loved, frustrated and understood. He gives me space when I need it and support when I don't even know I need it. He is so ridiculous, he makes me belly laugh daily. Honestly, he really does. Most importantly to me, I finally know what it is to be vulnerable, something I never experienced before. No one I've ever been in a relationship will have ever encouraged me to be the way that he does before, or ever cared for me enough to fuss over me the way that he does. I was always too much of everything to them. But he's different, he's genuine. There's no power struggles here. If he's wrong, he's sorry. It's mad because people will tell you your whole life you deserve to be loved, and when you find it, they envy you for having what you deserve. But while I'm saying thank you, I'd also like to say thank you to his exes and to mine.
Come on!
Because we were supposed to learn all of those lessons in order to appreciate and respect each other the way that we do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking him for granted. I'm not saying it again because I'm not a poet, leave me. Thank you for taking him for granted and letting him down because I'm so valuable to him as he is to me. I'm never going to hurt him. I love his good and his bad. I'll support him, I'll prop him up when he feels weak, I'll reassure him when he's in doubt, and I'll nurse him when he's unwell. I will take care of his heart, his soul, and his mental health. I'll be his home, his safe place, and his forever, if he'll have me. I'll be everything he needs me to be, because our first day I saw how valuable he is, and I will never take that for granted. So to my future mother-in-law, in the spirit world, one day we will meet, but for now, on your birthday, my gift to you and the love of my life, poetree, is a message that goes, and I wanted you to know that, by the way, he's safe with me. Rest in peace. Your baby boy is in safe hands now. Thank you.
Yes, please.
I'm going to invite my friend Laura to the stage because we're going to do a little song dedicated to poetree. We're not plugging in the guitar.
Wait.
Go on and kiss together.
Get out. Alright, this is Laura. She's one beautiful soul. Laura Masterson, singer-songwriter. She's gonna play guitar for me.
Yeah, it's not plugged in, so yeah. There's no lead here. You can't, yeah.
So I'm not gonna sing too loud.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this.
Come closer.
Ready? You don't know, babe, when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. And it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. You're my. Wait. Sorry. Wait.
Really?
Alright, my phone turned off. I need my other hand. I need my thumbprint. Alright, wait. From the beginning. Sing it again. Alright. My thumbprint cancelled. You don't know, babe, when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. And it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. Cause I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, it's the sunrise and those brown eyes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the tide I know I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, the best part.
Oh no, RS type of love. Gee.
I need a moment. I actually need a moment. That was emotional. I was in the back just like crying into drinks. All of the tissues. All of them. Not bad. Listen. That's safe, bro. Alright, what we say? We good, yeah? Yeah! You follow that? We good, yeah? Yeah! So, my name is Rohan, aka Poet RS, aka the guy that made this lady sing for no damn reason. And I'm just really happy to be here. Like I got my family in the room over there, my cousins over there. There, I got my friends everywhere. My boys from like school days are here, like, you know what I'm saying? School days. Like, it's just bare love in the room. So I'm gonna give you guys a few poems. Some of them are new, so they're not really in the top of their head.
New shit.
And then some other ones are like in the top of my head. So, and I'm gonna end on one that kind of brought me to the stage. It's one of this guy's favorite ones right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright, so this first one, I was trying to understand who I was. I was trying to understand my name. My father named me. And I found out what my name meant. So this piece is called My Meaning.
Hey.
Fans.
Okay, sorry.
My name is Poet RS. My government name is chipped under the documents of my oppressors, but you see, my father, he named me Rohan. And he knew that I would fall into my meaning, embrace my being. My name means ascending light. That was real. But for years, I was considered a fallen star because my world came crashing down as a teen. I should have learned to be a kid before I learned to be a man. Wait, I'm not going to try to Milky Way the situation. I'm just saying it's more difficult for you to find your bright light when you feel like you're living in a black hole. It took me decades to understand my rising purpose. And I only ever listened to people that told me to keep my feet to the ground, 10 toes to the earth. They were the ones that were stepping on my toes in order to climb. Because I didn't understand the steps that I needed in order to climb through life. It's ironic though. The ones that step on your toes are the ones that know your true elevation. They're too cowardly to join you. Shit. They'd rather destroy you. Because they know that your ascending light brings sunshine to their midnight. Each footprint I take on these Croydon streets is a scripture written in concrete. You see, I didn't believe that I was concrete evidence. But as I stand here today, trust me when I tell you I am evident. Evidence that a star is not meant to shine as soon as it's formed. It takes time and nurture to realize how bright you need to shine, because the message you portray is the one that will counteract the darkness around you. Understanding that darkness is the first step. Don't think because the moon swallows the dark night that the sun will never rise again. You see, all of you here, your light is ascending. And I'm fully embracing my name's meaning, and trust me when I stand here, I will fucking tell you that I'm mean. I will constantly keep rising until I spread my message of light across every plane of sky and rain down positivity that can nurture unhealed minds and storm the streets of disbelief and show them the winds of hope and drown every tsunami of hatred that has been made to fortify these streets. You see, I told you I'm ascending.
Say it again, like, say it one more time, please.
I will constantly keep rising until I spread my message of light across every plane of sky and rain down positivity that can nurture unhealed minds and storm the streets of disbelief and show them the winds of hope and drown every tsunami of hatred that has been made to fortify these streets. You see, I told you I'm ascending. Everything that is of life is of purpose. Food sprouts from the ground and fruit sprout from the ground of trees, and life is contracted and pushed into the light, and the moon and the sun both rise to guide the earth in their respective ways, and we all want to rise higher tomorrow from where we are today. See, I realize now that even Biggie believed that the sky is not the limit. That's why he never sang no book. And you can't actually sing. That's a whole other story. So every day when I ascend, I will send messages to each cloud to let them know that I'm on my way. Until my universe is my ground. And higher realms become my sky. And even at that moment, I will still be of the mindset that I'm not done.
Yeah.
Because I'm ascending light. Yeah. My government name is chipped on the documents of my oppressors. You see, my father, he named me Rohan. And even though my eyesight wasn't clear, he knew I'd fall into my meaning, embrace my being. My name is Poetrypowerhousecouple. So this one is like, I think I wrote it like 3 days ago or some shit like that. And it's about growth, and like I feel like I've grown a lot in my life. Like a lot of people that are here that have come on the stage and just in general, like they've also grown. So I decided that I was going to speak about my growth, but also speak about it in the sense of those that feel that they're stagnant, those that feel that they're not really moving through life, that hopefully this will inspire them. So this piece is called Growth. I solemnly swear that I will never go back to the old days where I had the old waves. I'm parting my seas different. I need to say that again, that's a bar. I solemnly swear that I will never go back to the old days where I had the old waves. I'm parting my seas different. I've learned that growth is not just something solely associated with testosterone and estrogen. Growth is deeper than the deepest roots of a tree that touches the soul of the earth. Growth is not an instrument that you can play, but its melodic melodies will create meditative memories that will mimic elevation. Now, I wasn't just wrestling when I told you I was rock bottom. Being stone cold was just a stone's throw. I felt the warmth of the... No, they call it later. No, I wasn't just wrestling when I told you I was rock bottom. Being stone cold was a stone throw. I felt the warmth of the dirt from the earth, and that was my blanket. You see, I was blank. It seemed that the ground was where I should lay. That undertakers weren't just friends, they were graves where my bed was made. I don't take that literally. I'm only metaphorically speaking. My number was solo, not one. I was solo, wait. That's one. So it's understandable that loneliness became a cover. Mask on, no future. Earphones strapped in, listening to future. Wondering why my present isn't so gifted. My treasure trove looks like a grave. But old me didn't know what a gift was. You see, back then I was living in a domino state of back then. I didn't see the present being handed to me, therefore there was nothing in my chest. Bronchitis, breathing, coughing, wheezing. I didn't know how to sign us into all of these feelings. So I had to sit with the person I hated, myself. Do you know how hard it is to sit next to someone that you fucking hate? Even if it's yourself. Talking to yourself with disgust because you already know the answers that follow. Grow up, get bigger, fuck staying grounded if you could rise off from the ground. Growth isn't just physical, it encompasses all around you for you to reach your version of success. And smile for yourself instead of for the sake of others. I solemnly swear that those days are behind me. I hit every bullet point on my past. Hit list. Now I'm checking off the present that leads to my future. Checklist. I've stitched together trifectas to affect the destiny that was forced upon me, so pity has no hold on my growth because I hold the controller. That feeling of removed. That feeling of self-worth. Improved. And I'm growing into my growth and seeing the fruits of my labor, pollen of my purpose, the flowers of my future. And trust me when I tell you, blossoming has never felt so sweet. Because I don't need a grave to receive flowers. I know my growth is an eternal spark, and sparks that light, and that's an unbeatable flame. And trust me when I tell you, some people in my days have had to try to beat my flame. I look a little bit charred. But who do you think is the one that got scorched? Growth is the power that I hold within myself to rise from the dirt. Growth is an immeasurable force. Even after my death, my soul energy will be reused. Growth is what I am. I've straightened my soul, and we call that spirit level. Became more harmonious with life around, developed feelings of inner powers, because my growth will always allow me to reach success. Walk on roads that burn my feet but harden my soul. My growth, well, it's starting to align. And how perfect is that fucking alignment? So this next one, I'm a big movie fan. Like a big movie fan. I actually watched a free movie with my missus and friends the other day in Westfield, right? And one of my favorite films, well, I don't even think it's a film no more, is The Matrix. And I wrote a poem about The Matrix because for me personally it resembles life. So this one's kind of deep. This one's gonna make you think. I'm gonna ask a lot of questions in this one, so y'all got a real clear attention to this. This piece is called Unplugged Thoughts. I'm gonna try to think of it off the head of it. I love you, man. I swear to God. The Matrix isn't a film. It's a documentary. The Matrix isn't a film. It's a documentary. So let me document these thoughts and see how much this movie flick resembles reality's tales. We're caught up in the system. Would you take the red pill or the blue pill? For that Labour red or Tory blue? For every red Indian's blood stained on the American red, white and blue, or for every blue collar worker that's put to work to dirty their hands whilst the union jacks another piece of the check to keep us in check. Are your brains tangled in a void where some kisses are sunken? And you don't know how far the rabbit hole goes? Alice has been assassinated because she knows too much, so you're tumbling, falling, downloading into a system that has labeled your designers incompatible. As if you've colored outside the lines and your color resides outside the line, and every line of code that's coded into the line strings us along on puppet strings, marrying that to the marionette man that plays man for puppets. Ever had that feeling if you're awake or dreaming? How many frequencies are frequently been absent from your internal computer where your processor doesn't process but protests against the frequency hurts because the frequency hurts. All that hurt doesn't mean you feel pain.
Right.
The delayed reaction was on. Against the frequency hurts because the frequency hurts. You know them 3-minute poems that turn into like 12 minutes? You see, all that pain doesn't mean you can't get hurt. And that doesn't mean you can't feel hurt. I lost it.
No, you got it. At the frequency. Sorry.
I got it. It's reality, what is it? It's conscious versus subconscious. Reality versus hypnosis. And there are more people in this world that are asleep than you could ever dream of. If real is what you can feel, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by our brainwaves. They say we only use 10% of our brain. So what if I adopt the Lucy method and start to apply more brain function? I'm not saying I'll be able to stop time, but I can definitely stop the absorption of lies and enter a matrix realm where I may tricks the realm and decode the roads of codes, the rows of rows of hope. They surely give no control for you to hold, to roll your boat, don't stay afloat, hold down the download. Look deeper than the front cover. And a simulator system simulator that tries to create a false sense of stimulation. You see, no one can tell me what the matrix is, but knowledge of truth brings you closer to being.
Wait.
They don't want you to tell the truth, you know.
Sorry, that was a glitch. Knowledge of truth brings you closer to being alive. Like a splinter in your mind driving you mad. It's the questions that drive us. It's the questions that brought you here. The questions, there are only answers where you can find oracles in Odyssey. Because to believe in everything you're told is to let others row your boat. With no control over the steering. You're not steering out of control, you're steering into the control of a system that has designed to keep you categorized, because what do all men with power want? More power. The first 7 years, your brain is lower than consciousness. You're a sponge, absorbing all that's around you, your parents, siblings, communities, and transforming the conformity of those foundations into your memory banks. You see, your brain vibrates on theta, where you can morph the world like Morpheus. You're more alive then than you are now. Because the imagination of a child is realer than the reality of an adult. Is that freedom?
You got this. Take 3 pills.
How many rules do you need to function in society? Are you advancing the Agent Smith to be the common in community? Understanding your significance is a danger to conformists. Did it even occur to you why the agent is a Smith? You see, Smith is the most commonly used surname binding individuals together, so that individual isn't visible when they visualize you as a person. They would rather you multiply under one format that ticks a box when you tick the box on every form that checks you off the checklist. That's another form of control. Is there bliss in ignorance? Turning a blind eye doesn't make anything stop. It merely shows that you stop looking at what's around you. How much does the mind need to unlock? And how far outside the box do you need to think in order to be free? You see, I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. Can you mind map that? Can your legs walk solo? You see, the man has been playing machine all along. Or are we so plugged into the matrix that our DNA reads as code green, but we're seen as code red? Because our cells are being locked within a virtual cell or being displayed in squares that are locked within TV boxes. You see, their sentiment isn't sentient, they're meant to entrap you. That's entrapment. Where the machine will make you more machine-like until the hue in your humanity will be dimmed until dull.
Come on.
Becomes violent. What does it mean to bring war against the machine? Where Guns N' Roses bring about a Black Sabbath after Foo Fighters. You see, we have to bang, 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 back at every bang clapped illegally. We purchase flowers for those that are gone too soon. Flowers don't bring back the dead. They only resemble the dead that lay in boxes while we walk around in white rooms that are filled with TV screens. You see, Big Brother is watching you. I know you're there, I can feel you now. I have CC'd every truth into this poem for every CCTV that tries to capture my moment and data drive my mind and unquestionable compliance. You see, I don't compute, I neo the matrix. and decoded the Holy Trinity to bring you a monk-like frequency. I'm linked to my EM pulse. Because to deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human. What's really gonna fuck with your head later on is, would you still have had these thoughts if I hadn't recited this poem? Perhaps I'm asking the wrong questions. Thank you. So I've got this one poem. This poem actually, this was the first poem I ever performed on BYOB. When we had the lockdown, it was online. I was dressed in a nice little t-shirt, nothing underneath. You can't see that on the TV screen. And there was a bar in there that I got my first wheel up, like in the world. I felt like Retro 82 when he did this. He did the thing with Bambino. He gave me a mad wheel up. And yeah, I just want to end on this piece because it was kind of the first piece where I thought, rah, like, I'm actually a poet. So, and you don't know that. Right. Yeah. You better speak. So this piece is called Who Wants Some Bread?
Yeah!
Okay, this piece is called Who Wants Some Bread?
Everyone get their phones out.
Bear cubs. Cubs.
I'm going to take you on a culinary tale.
Yes, you are.
Where bread can be seen as bread. But in this bakery, we don't weigh ingredients. We only have economies to scale. You see, I'm the street corner hustler, chef inherited rustler, cooking dough, potentially could inspire a different type of customer. It was surely hard though to only be seen in one perspective. There's no retrospective. I had to reevaluate my options because like a personality disorder, I was split. Only seen in slices. They can't imagine my life in different colors, so they're quick to portray me in brown or white. Rather see me straitjacketed in plastic. There's no room to breathe, so if I go green, I'm immediately discarded amongst the social classes. A waste man for the waste bins. I've been stamped and dated, and the only way to prolong this business is to freeze my assets. Bag them up. I'm ready to production, but it's just in time. Bun that.
Bun that. Bring it back.
Do that again.
Bun that. The streets are nothing but hot stone ovens. We ready to bake? Are you ready to eat? I've learnt my trade. I fucked up my ingredients time and time again. My scales are so weighed down to the point that all I know is pounds is my unit of measure. Mentally, I can never let the phone catch up with me. I'm made to feel redundancy by my inner self. The cause was external. My mind bageled at the thought of, wait. I'm not gonna sit here and pit on myself. I'm no longer seeing myself as one name plain. I'm a self-raising agent. I've baked past the fact you still see the street way. Those preheated stairs don't have me turning 180 degrees. I'm not going back to that sourdough. I want that sweet one. Positively extract the negatives till my carbolic has me fist pumping that way. I'm gluten free, huh? You see, you would have said I was a street corner hustler. I would have said I was a street corner entrepreneur. Hey. Same taste, but the feeling's different. So that pretzel twist in your mind for a while. I realize I'm a late bloomer. I mean, I've always needed dough, but never understood the legalities of making bread. Do you know how many times I've stood in this kitchen, looking at these utensils ready to fry man's dumpling? Mine drained of flavor like rye bread. Subconscious thinking never transitioned into conscious planning. The mixing bowl never held the dream properly. It was a colander. So the business strategy was holy. Like collection plates passed around to shallow pockets, those offered ingredients were only suitable for flatbread. It's funny though, none of my people even thought I could make bread. So I upped the heat. I may look charred on the outside, but the inside is wholesome. I develop my life like my business, so my belly and my bread will always roll. So when the man then scream, cheap butter, life's game is all I'm thinking. Baking bread after bread after bread after bread after bread. That's life's ambition. There's no need to have that biscuit on the side. We chefing bread like a main course meal. Soda, bread, business has expanded my mind to the reaches of entrepreneurship. I'm serving my life on a baking tray. I'm on stick. No grease needed. The fallbacks and pitfalls of my empire won't have my emotions seeded. It takes time and patience to butter one's bread. It'll come. Dust my shoulders off. I may have to Alan Sugar the top for effect, but like I said, my day will come. Because I'm bulky enough to develop a strong work rate, a strong backing that came in a force like croutons. They, like me, they've been refried and redeveloped. They are my day one partners from the time we pump a nickel into the business, and now we can make a toast to success. And how successful it is to know that life's plans and business plans can intertwine. You see, I may be West London born, but I'm South London bred. Big up Friday, real talk. But I'm South London bred. Never have I let the streets nor society bred me into the case of their bullshit. I'm not a product of my environment. My product, like my personality, is served warm and wholesome. I won't leave an unthinkable trace behind your taste. We don't make garlic bread. I simply took the street inspiration and made it legitimate, because the streets ain't nothing but a fictitious Disney fairy tale that have you believing in bread being a concept that can only be made in wicked circumstances. You see, I took your emotions of making bread and I turned it into making bread. Hence why my bakery is only the freshest and purest of ingredients. We don't cut corners. This corner boy strengthened to become the cornerstone and expanded past all your corners. You see that street life isn't a business. It's a pyramid scheme, making you believe in a dream of a dream of a dream. Yo, Neil, did you watch Inception? Yeah. Oh, man. You see, my bakery is my business that helped me stay out of your business. So when I mind my business, just know that my service always comes with a smile. BYOB. Let's break bread and eat. Thank you. I'm bare nervous, you know. Fucking hell. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Everybody that's performed. Flipping smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Jodie, this is the first time I've ever seen you do that poem and you got the girls' digits. Yeah! I fucking read it, bro. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. I want to dress like you, have my hair like you, maybe not the hair, but I want to smell like you, everything, man, seriously. And like, babes, like, honestly, I fucking love you, man. And like, real talk, like, today's my mom's birthday, man, so shout out to Mumsy. My family come here to support me. We got bare family, like we'll just fill up the whole room with family. Everyone's there. Straight off with it. Christmases was wild back in the days. And everyone's there running around with their boxes and shit. But listen, I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you guys for having me out here. Thank you guys for blessing me.
Here as well, just listen to his voice. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
Bring it up for Mo!
Oh, do your mic check. Mic check. Do it one more time. Calibrate.
You know, I'm a bit of a shy boy, you know, so I gotta hide the windows to my soul.
Intelligent man.
Come on, man. So, this is me.
Alright.
I'm about to take you guys on a journey.
Stop it.
So, like I said, I have to thank Poet RS for this and soft-spoken poet. I can't see with these glasses on. But everyone has been amazing, and well, I've been inspired since I started doing this. So hopefully you like what I say, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna start with this because I was thinking, you know how every woman thinks they're a princess, and every man doesn't even think about being a king. You think about war and shit, like being a knight in shining armor. So I wrote this piece and I don't have a name for it yet, so I'll ask you guys what you name it. So I'm just gonna go in, and after that, I've got something special for you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
I only write for women, unfortunately. So wish me luck.
You got it.
This is a story of boy meets girl. A tale of once upon a time. An everyday story. We all live variations of the same lives. After all, we all live and die. He was always captivated with stories of princes, princesses, and queens. Tales of knights and quests to happily ever after. So as he met a woman he found divine, he thought his quest had begun. He envisioned every woman who let him into their world was Rapunzel. Sitting in her ivory tower, she let down her hair and let him into her world. And oh, was it beautiful.
Oh.
He wondered why she wanted to escape. Why she seemed trapped in a loop of self-sabotage. How could one so beautiful be afraid of the ugly truth? Alright, fair enough. He came to realize who the wicked witch was and locked her in this tower. All her past experiences taking form, looming over them with all her trauma and insecurities. He thought this was his time to be the knight in shining armor. So he took her away. A limb from the past and all its darkness, but what's a life on the run? All the flowery words he used to brighten her mood felt like lightning. Brighten her smile, but gone in a flash. He looked in her eyes as she smiled and saw the witch. Realizing he couldn't outrun the past, its wound warped our minds and how we view the world. He yearned for the light behind her eyes to be without taint. He wanted her smiles to be true and pure. He fought his demons while facing hers, a battle he felt he was born to undertake. He wielded all he had learned to no avail. He fought with her and for her. Then he realized it wasn't his battle. Some wars can't be won by external forces. The hardest thing he could have done, he did. He let her lead the war. This was her battle. She had to face the wicked witch on her own. His job? To provide the confidence she needed to face her. Realizing Troy wasn't won in a day, he prepared every which way he could. It was time for her to make a stand. So she stood shielded by armor of his affection and self-love. It was time to face the past. He guarded her back, her subconscious with reassurance. He watched as she did the bravest thing the mightiest men run from. He watched her face the past. Her past, and she won. But this battle wasn't won in a day. It will be an ongoing war till their end. And his role as a knight? To make his queen feel safe. Brave enough to render the witch powerless. He had found his quest, a quest of selfless love and support. He found his victory in watching her triumph over the past. Together they worked to reaching happy ever after. Sometimes, you find yourself, oh, I'm gonna help you, babe, so. But it's not, it doesn't work, trust me. She has to do it herself. I'm lazy, so fix your shit. That's me. So this one, I think the only person that, like I said, everyone has inspired me since I started doing this. I think I started doing this 6 months ago, which means I feel special to be invited on the stage. And yeah, and my boy is looking at me right now. I'm doing a little piece inspired by him. So let's hope I get it right.
It's like full play.
It is.
Strumming my pain with no stage.
Yeah, there's fingering going on.
Oh, hey! I remember that you was a god.
Here we go.
You found it. Come on. Oh.
I kneel, so I'm going to start. Just give me a second.
Ready.
I kneel before the nether region.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Say it again.
I kneel before the nether region. My mouth open to receive honey and ambrosia. I I always wondered why they called it the nether region. Surely it's wrong, because this is what I imagine what heaven tastes like.
Jesus, tap dance.
My face tilted to the sky, my tongue hanging out, hoping to catch drops of you. The sight of your bare skin enthralls me, and you sense my anticipation. We both tremble in anticipation. How many can say they've kissed the source of life? How many will say they'll let it take their breath away? I'm a slave to this desire. I kneel powerless knowing that you can let me go. Say it again or do it again.
Whatever you did, just do it.
I'll just keep it PG and just say it. So, I'm a slave to this desire. I kneel powerless knowing I'd even let you with me when I misbehave. I always misbehave. I kiss your thighs like a man seeking blessing from the gods. I've caught a few drops now, and I'm frantic with desire. Please, please. I'll even beg for it. Just sit on this makeshift throne I call a face.
Say that again. No, you need to take the whole poem back. No, bro, what are you?
Sit on this makeshift throne I call a face. And let my tongue spell worship. And I'm done. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rhianbrooke. I'm supposed to be on break until the new year because I was feeling a bit burnt out and had a bit of performance anxiety. But then I got the dreaded call from somebody that I love and admire and respect so much that I couldn't actually say no. So kind of went a bit like, yeah, B, I know you're taking a break till the new year, but so here I am, and I'm very honoured to be asked. So thank you, Rohan. You know how much I love you. You're the reason I even knew about these platforms and had the confidence to even do an open mic. So thank you, thank you. I was like, oh shit, I want to write something new.
New shit.
But then I just kept thinking, oh, he's really, I'm not really in the right headspace, and he's really put me between a rock and a hard place here. And then I was like, rock? I think I used to order that from the chippy with my nan. So it's had less bones in it. It's like a rock eel. And then I was like, hard place. Right, that's it. I'm doing a fish wordplay piece.
Yeah.
This is for you, Rohan. This one? Yeah, it's gonna stick. Okay. Oh man, you've put me between a rock and a hard place. Right now, this trout face is looking less beaming, more green. Like a salmon swimming upstream, mind-crowded sardine. I need a break. I'm a flaky, crumbling hake. I don't think I can do it. Feeling like a fish out of water. I'm out of sync, out of tune. A bum note in a musical room. I had op. Okay, I need a break. I'm a flaky, crumbling hake. I don't think I can do it. Feeling like a fish out of water. I'm out of sync, out of tune. A bum note in a musical room. I had octopus limbs. Legs like jellyfish, eye lens. Magnifying my fears, clamming up is a wrench. See, bastard anxiety has got me feeling tense. Piranha paranoia telling me I have no skill. I'm not feeling brill. I'm a small fish in a big pond, battered and fried, I want to abscond. My soul is flapping, Hallie, but I know with a good slapping, it's something I can tackle. Not coming would just be making a rod for my own back. I'll write about this feeling, how I'm reeling. Stop being crabby and shellfish, you know you can cook. Up a poetic storm, Rhianbrooke, King Prawn. Stop floundering, chub. Flex your muscles and write. You're catfishing yourself, catch sight of the gleaming pearl within this barnacled shell. This ocean of hell you've been drowning in is a facade. And I know it's hard, but look beyond the surface. Dry your salty tears and shine like the goldfish you are. Throw everything at it. Lob, stir, Gurnard. Show them. As they wait with bated breath, seize the day, carpe diem. Let your imagination spike. Remember who you are, what's your name. Don't tell them, Pike. Don't perch, dive in. Let's go. Let your stream of consciousness flow. You can rig this bar, and you may not feel like caviar, but you're going to do it for roe.
Shellfish line.
Right, okay, I know exactly which one I'm going to do. Because every time I say I don't know which one to do, Rohan always says, do the pussy poem!
Yeah.
Pussy poem! It's actually called Unburdened Lips, Rohan. But okay, this is the one we're going to do. Okay, perfect. Oh, I wish I was still here. Okay. My pussy is purring, stop fanning around. Take a trip inside my pleasure mound. Vagina and vulva heaving and sighing, my hooded lady wet from crying. Feel around my silken purse, my cum bucket will quench your thirst. My lady garden needs some tending, my labia love slip wants extending. Come take a dip in my puddle plunge, my soggy box, my gash, my plunge. Come take a dip in my puddle plunge, my soggy box, my gash, my plunge. My furry chasm needs some filling, this bearded clam trench takes some drilling. Chomp on my badly packed kebab, dominate my Putin lad. My tiny hole, my wizard sleeve, my axe swing tuppence, pubic cleave. My moose's knuckle, clown's pocket, punani, honeypot cocksocket. Let me catch you in my penis flytrap, my horny halo, meaty fun flap. I want you up Jizz Creek without a paddle. Ride my growler without a saddle. Damn, I want you in my beaver. Hold back the gush of my dick receiver. My minge cunt, flange gun, nunny minky, the notorious VAG. My beef curtains need some drawing, my quimmer quiver, my cunny roaring. Press down hard and dance the tango, deflower my twat, my muff fandango. Or if you are not so crude nor coy, a gentleman or naive boy, grab a hold of my protruding hips and gently part my unburdened lips.
Alright, so before I get started, okay, cool. Yeah, shit, tonight's been mad. It's been mad. I'm also here, gonna do one piece and leave it. It's the newest piece I've written.
Yeah, new shit.
Come on, fam.
Yeah, shit, it's big love to Bram. Bram inspired this, so yeah, man.
I want to see one.
Guys, you're looking suave today.
So are you, my love. Yo.
Got this, babe.
How am I meant to convince you I'm fine when I can't convince myself? Is that because I know me too well? Or is this me crying out for help? Is this because I know I'm not well? Well, I know I'm not well, but I don't know what it is with me. It's been a good while now, I've not been stable internally. I like to think I have, I don't know if it's true. What it is with me is I start thinking the moment I get a moment to. So I go about my life, saying that I'm fine. It's like I'm two people living, trapped inside my mind. Not sure which one I am, conflicted, who the fuck am I? Sometimes I don't know why I try, cause it hurts on the inside. Cause inside, I don't know who the fuck I am. Not sure if I'm fine or if I'm hoping it will be alright. And honestly right now, I don't care if this rhymes. I'm just glad I found my reason to write again. Even though this shit be deep, best believe I'm writing with a smile again. When I grab this mic and pen, I feel so at home, like the mic has led me in a place where I'm smiling while I write this pain again. It feels so different to be so open again and actually like what I'm writing again. You see me around my people, I smile and then soon as no one knows me, that comes to an end. There doesn't seem to be a difference between family and friends. Everyone's everything. That doesn't make sense, and I can't help but feel fake. Internally and on the external, in myself and between people. Yo, like that man where his friend called, they laughed, they smiled, and after they had talked, he cut the line, back to crying, my man faked it all. But did he? Cause more time these days, my smile is faked. You won't even see these fake smiles about my face, and the fact my smile was only there to get me through the day. If I didn't wear this facade, I'd be feeling the type of way. The reason you won't see it is because I stay deceiving. So the man that she was talking about, the man that she was speaking, hit me in my soul, yo, she got me in my feelings, resonating with the meaning. Numb is what I was feeling, goosebumped up, cause that there ran deep in like Nivea. Into your skin, I hope my words see print. I pray knowledge about itself, you never stop seeking. But yo, I got a question. Was that man there on the phone fake? Cause I could be around my homies and soon as I come away, shit's changed, my mask goes lazy. I start to deep things cause I know I'm the type to reciprocate energy. But is that reciprocation or a mechanism to defend the inner me from the public I've hidden for so long? I guess I hid it from myself. What is happiness? It's being able to ask for help. Well, if that's the case, it's no wonder I'm still unwell. Cause believe me, I know how to speak, but believe when I say that I don't believe in me to communicate properly. What the fuck you think? That shit was never taught to me. Us, we, you, him, me. And it's not like the help isn't there. It's about accessibility. Well, what does that mean? It means we need to look on the inner. See, for help to be accessible, that's subjective. Cause some people just aren't ready for you to give. So when you want to give, you might have to give it a miss. Don't take it personally. This is bigger than you. I speak for me. I don't need to ask to know I speak for him too. But I will ask anyway. Cause this conversation is something we need to propagate. Go through the motions of and say. Say what you feel. I'm trying to be as real as I can. Cause I know that we need to heal where we can. For ourselves for one, but more importantly from the generations that we've got yet to come. Let's not make it a case of repeating parents' mistakes. We've only got one shot in this place. Someone said the one who plants a tree that doesn't expect to sit in the shade has only just begun to understand the meaning of life. So, you know, it's only right. But what does that tell us? It means we need to make life better for those coming after us. So men, we need to heal for our kids. Let's be real for our kids. Because if we don't, based on some of our relationships with our parents, we know how it feels.
For someone who absolutely smashed the stage last month is back here again, give up for Swami! Yeah. This guy is sick.
Being that we use it as a term of endearment, because my niggas daily hope that everybody hear it. Looking down on you at the top of the pyramid. King,
yo. So I'm going straight into it. You know, a lot of people have come on. There was a lot of fire. Yeah, man. RS, my guy. Alright, cool. You know, since everyone dropped fire, you know, I'm just gonna say the roof is on fire. We don't need no water, make them. said the roof is on fire.
We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn. Burn.
Okay, now listen. I said the roof is on fire. We don't need no water in order to honor the quota holders of law and order, placing borders on shoulders to robbers and throwers and showers. It took ashes to see action. That's why I'm asking, not protesting, but projecting new structures that won't fracture. Because our infrastructure places people in inferior structures. London is burning. There's a bridge to the brigades. Viva la raza. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They lie, they cheat, they steal. Can you feel the heat? Can you feel the hate? Hear my debate. That's innate to the man. You will see it in Super Saiyan saying, please save us. That one is titled Mortal. I'm not gonna do the full thing, it's too long. So the next piece I'm gonna do, that's the piece I blessed BYOB with. And ironically, it's the same piece I performed at Flow Vortex the first time I saw that night. Yeah, man, this piece means a lot to me. I dedicate this one to Grams and my gran. So yeah. Tagazwara Kujitife. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Rufu no sarawape. Death is left for the living. Houseway. I pray my brethren remain breathing, making this truth the hardest thing to accept within. Emotions start wrestling, knowing you are forever resting. So I start resisting, flushing memories start entering, cause all that's left is the clinging bench that's erasing the lingering feeling of forgetting. Since the past cannot be wiped clean, absence in the last moments feels like a great sin. I remember you was conflicted. Misusing your assurance, sometimes I did the same. Abusing our power full of excitement that eventually turned into a deep depression. I found myself silently screaming in the living room. A big bang without a boom, creating a void in my heart.
Bro, you got this, man.
That's it. A scar that probes as we are apart. A scar that holds and absorbs is now far, but not gone. Observe the broken valve, backflowing warmth into a black hole, cause my name is something that you never call. The circle of life is cruel woe as you never forget a loss. To this day, the memory gets clearer. They don't say how raw emotions get wild. The news hit my jaw. The shock broke the fuse of serenity. I couldn't think no more. This can't be real. Nah. This can't be real, but I just don't know how to feel. Please, tell me it's a prank. Pleading for time to go back inside. Instead, time bleeds, building an igloo. Though the world continues, the hymn of this news creates a pause. My heartbeat goes cold. Winter is coming. Chando chiku ya mukati. Freezing this memory even as I get old. Conversation performs condensation, flowing heat into a stream of tears, melting winter into spring, melding seasons of yin with yang. No patches in my eyes, but I don't see much. A Rick with no slick, no evil morning. Only truth in my lies. I'm a man with big dreams, but I don't sleep much.
Too much.
Of course, always too much fire. Speaking about fire, equipped. Reality is a weapon no man can duck. Don't quit. To all my loved ones I leave behind, at least they don't see me cry. My visions are cleared. My visions are clouded in fear, for a blind man can see death in the streets. So I want everyone to view my autopsy so you can see exactly what the government shanked me. As I bleed, you see that my scars can heal. I give, I strive, transforming tears of grief into tears of joy. Celebrate life. Death is left for the living. Rufu, Rinosarawape.
This is a serious beat. And serious beats, they deserve serious lyrics. Took me 32 years to realise that not everybody's what they seem. Can't help but think about all those nightmares I lived when I thought I was living the dream. So naive, so young and vulnerable to believe all the lies I was told by friends and lovers who I thought loved me back. So I ended up giving them